All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles at the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, I just want to go into a couple clips that I came across. This guy, Boosie, I did another, post that I came across, I don't have a particular title for this video, but I just want to go into these couple clips that I seen, and bring out edification. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. So I'm gonna play this first one.
Hey, bro. You'll tell him my bacon ain't crispy enough? This shit wobbly. I'm finna do the drop. I'm on live too. Look. I'm on live too. Don't make, y'all gonna make me go off on Wi-Fi. Look at this shit wobbly. This shit is wobbly.
How you bring this to him like this? Didn't he say crispy?
I said crispy. This shit wobbly.
He got you in live too.
Look
at that bacon.
Don't do me that.
Jasmine didn't put that in the window.
Okay. Look how wobbly. I don't like that like that. See when it's like that, I want to hit it and say. Yeah.
Carmen did
She
that.
making him some more.
Well, Carmen.
That
ain't Carmen Electra.
No.
And as you can see, this dude was upset because his bacon wasn't crispy enough. It's madness. Then I want to play this other clip.
Sancha real street, man. My nigga there, Sancha. Fuck with y'all. He must have cooked these motherfuckers too hard. Motherfucker ain't coming out right.
And as you can see, the first clip, this man complaining because his bacon wasn't crispy enough. And then in this other clip, he eating crab legs, man. And this is what's wrong with our people. This is why we have a dietary law. Like, we have clean animals that we can't eat. And we also have unclean animals that we cannot eat. And he was seen eating both unclean animals. Bacon, that's swine. And then crab legs, shellfish. We aren't supposed to eat, swine and shellfish for a reason. Pigs pretty much clean, the earth. They're pretty much the garbage disposals, of the earth as far as on land, because a pig will eat anything, you put in front of it. Now, crab, shrimp, and lobster, they're pretty much natural water cleaners. They keep, the oceans and the rivers and the streams clean. But meanwhile, you have our people that pretty much enjoy them as if they're a delicacy when in fact is not, and then it's disgusting. It is, because pigs, they carry parasites, because they can't sweat. And then, shellfish, they also carry parasites because they eat garbage, but our people love it. So just real quick, I'm going to jump to the book of Leviticus, chapter 11. And I'm going to start at Slucky. You know what? I'm just going to start at 13. Wait, no. I'm just going to start at 1. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 1. And it says, the headline reads, Laws about animals for food. And it says, And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. So pretty much, cattle, ox, any animal that pretty much like it described, that parteth the hoof, and that is cloven-footed, and that cheweth the cud, those are the animals, that we're able to eat, Verse 4, it says, Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Verse 7 is the point. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So yes, swine, we're not supposed to eat pigs, because again, they're unclean animals. And in this book, Leviticus chapter 11 and also Deuteronomy chapter 14 is letting us know what animals we can and cannot eat. And Boosie pretty much is eating, unclean animals. And not just him, 2/3 of our people, the undesirables of our people pretty much enjoy these unclean animals, Verse 8, it says, Of their flesh shall ye not touch. It's like of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. So regular fish, that has fins and scales. If we eat fish, it has to has fins and scales, And in verse 10, it says, And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. So yes, pretty much this man is eating abominable things, because again, those particular animals serve a specific purpose. Again, pigs pretty much clean up the earth, on land. And, the shellfish, they pretty much clean the seas, the waters. And our people love to eat that, man, and it's unclean. And this is why, a lot of our people are sick, because they're eating these unclean foods. Now, we know that we're in Babylon, and pretty much the food that we're eating is poison, ultimately. But it's like the apostles say, we have to get the best of the worst. But again, there's still a dietary law that we have to keep, and we can tell our people that they aren't supposed to eat, these particular things, but they're just going to do it anyway. But, any new brothers and sisters that may come across this video, we can't, you can't eat, swine, you can't eat pig, you can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Those things are unclean. Again, every clean and unclean animal that we can and can't eat is listed in the book of Leviticus chapter 11 and Deuteronomy chapter 14. This man is also a diabetic, so that's probably why, he's sick. So I just want to jump to this because I saw this, which is madness. Because as we know, or at least from what I've seen, on posts, they talk about, Sexy Red, the one on the right, they talk about, she may be pregnant. So people was asking, the other little chick, Glorilla, if she was next, and this was her response. He said, "Stop asking, am I next? Y'all know what I do. I damn near got a membership at that place." So if you don't know what she's talking about, she's pretty much talking about, getting abortions, which is, madness. And, it's cruel because at the end of the day, she's taking a life, that could potentially, this is just one thing that a lot of, modern women do, that my body, my choice, madness. But ultimately, it's murder, it's wrong. Women aren't supposed to, get abortions, If anything, if you don't want the child, in my opinion, adoption is always an option, no pun intended, but, it's just cruel, man, how our women are. But I want to, let me see, before I bring out what I was going to bring out, I'm going to bring this out as well. This is the book of Slakia. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22. And it says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." So yes, as you can see, the majority of our people, they're wise to do evil things. They could tell you how to do pretty much like, Boosie in that video. He could tell you how to crack crab legs and do all this, show you how to roll blunts, pretty much show you how to do any and all manner of wickedness, but to do good, they don't have any knowledge. This is why they look at the men of the Lord, like they're strange, but in reality, that's not the case. But 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're foolish, The Lord called them stupid. And then, let me see, I'm going to come to the book of Lamentations, chapter 4. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 3, it says, "Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness." And pretty much, again, this is just proof that, the women of the nation of Israel, not all of them, minus the elect sisters that are going to be delivered, but, the majority of Israelite women, they're cruel. And this right here is just proof, because she's pretty much glorifying the fact that she gets abortions anytime she gets pregnant, or, somebody tries. Why someone want to have a baby by that woman, I don't know. By either one of them, I don't know. But again, just, the modern Israelite woman, she is cruel to her children. She doesn't really care about them, you know. And then ultimately, you know, it's a part of the curses as well, you know. So I'm going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. And verse 56. Slakia for the pause. Deuteronomy 28 and 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Now, yes, you know, this particular verse is also talking about, you know, what took place in 70 AD, you know, when our people, those that didn't flee, were pretty much starved out, you know, in Jerusalem and had to resort to cannibalism. But ultimately, you know, the women of the nation of Israel, as it says in verse 56, you know, they were tender and delicate, you know, they wouldn't even, you know, walk on the ground, you know, they would pretty much be carried around, you know, because, you know, they were extremely feminine, you know, they pretty much, you know, knew their role. But now in this time that we're living in, you know, she's pretty much cruel. She doesn't care about her children. And, you know, there's plenty of cases, you know, that we can go into, but, you know, that's just the one thing, you know, that's just, it's sickening, man. It's sickening. It is. And then, you know, this.
Bring to the table.
A lot.
What do you bring to the table?
This put
That's it.
this mouth
That's it.
and more. You can find out. We just met.
All right, give me one more other than those two.
This put
Bring to the table.
a lot.
So, and as you can see, again, this is also the modern woman's mentality, you know. She feels like she's the prize, you know. She doesn't have to offer anything besides sex. But, you know, women like that in these times are pretty much useless because, you know, pretty sure she doesn't know how to cook, you know, probably doesn't clean up. Just the mentality of these women that are entitled, you know, to what they should bring. While, you know, it's lucky. Let me rephrase that. But, you know, just the entitlement of these women nowadays, you know, where they feel like they don't have to bring anything to the table. But meanwhile, they have these extremely high expectations of what, you know, a man should be. You know, they feel like they're the prize when in fact that's wrong. You know, the man is the prize, you know, because a woman should desire to be with a man, you know, instead of a man, you know. Well, a man is supposed to desire a woman anyway, but in reality, you know, these women should be trying to get with, you know, a man, and not just any man, you know, a man of the Lord, you know. And then I'm going to bring that out. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. Slakia. Yeah. right, Slakia. Thought it was something else. But this is the book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. And it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So yes, pretty much in the time to come, especially during the time of Jacob's trouble, the men of the Lord are going to be precious, because a lot of men, during this time are going to be killed, a lot of them are going to receive the mark of the beast, a lot of them going to die by the famine. Some are going to be shipped off to war. They're going to be drafted and killed during the war. And, just men are going to die in various fashions out here, so pretty much a lot of women are going to be left defenseless, They're pretty much going to be spoils of war, because that's the time that we're coming into. Yes, World War III is on the way, but, the prophecy of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast has to come to pass, and the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, Yeah. It's lucky. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 33. It says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of the famine, or shall perish of famine. And yes, these are pretty much is what's going to happen to a lot of men out here. A lot of men are going to die, and then these women are going to be left defenseless, in this time to come. But again, as it says, the Lord is going to make a man, and not just any man, a man of the Lord, an elect man, more precious than fine gold, because again, there's going to be a lot of women left stranded, pretty much, And then again, I'm going to go to the book of Malachi. Slakia. Them brothers bring it. I'm not gonna say all the time, but I know this scripture comes out, a lot. Isaiah, Slakia. I don't know why I was thinking of Malachi, but it's the book of Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1, and it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Let us be called by thy name, Slakia. When we read that, and it says, Isaiah 4 and 1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So yes, during the time of Jacob's trouble, again, a lot of women are going to be left defenseless, And then again, that's where pretty much the men of the Lord are going to be, precious. Women in that time, they're pretty much going to go back to being in order, and they're not going to mind, sharing one man as it should be, because a man can have as many wives as he wants, But as we know, this current time that we're in, this really isn't the time to, multiply wives, because, prophecy is being fulfilled. But this is what's going to take place during the time of Jacob's trouble. The men of the Lord are going to have multiple women, and then this is only, to bring out edification, because I know a lot of guys bring this out and think that, oh, we can, it's for edification. This is a prophecy that is going to take place, but right now is really not the time. If brothers have multiple wives, and they're, that's their situation. But to, a man, like myself, I don't have a woman, if we don't have, women, we're going to get it, eventually, we just have to wait for it. But this prophecy is going to take place because, again, as I read in 2nd Esdras, a lot of men are going to die, and then a lot of women are going to be left out here. Those that, are going to be delivered, they're going to make it. But those that don't, they were slated for judgment. Let me see. Yeah, this, I forgot. I wanted to bring this out too. And as you can see, pretty much going back to, the point I made earlier, this dude has diabetes. He said he was sky high while he was at court, but that's why, he gets for, eating those unclean foods, So I'm going to play this last clip, and then this will be it. I seen this, man, because I don't know, man. Jake be...
Bro, show you love her, bro. You're not going to the call, bro. She's not going nowhere. Get on the call. Don't do it like that. You fucked up. Don't do it like that. Ow, get on the list. Crazy. I'm turning the video. You can't turn the video. Hey, hold that. Hey, bro. Oh, my mama ain't out of there, bro. You did me wrong. I'll take you back. I'll take you back. I did you wrong. I'll take you back. I'll take you back. He let us support, man. Let's go. Hey, girl, I won. But I need you.
As you can see, man, he down bad. He ain't got no shirt on, no shoes or socks on, and he crying because of his woman. I guess I don't know, the backstory of why, but man, just I hope to never be like this, man. And this is why we got to be men, and we can't let these women rule over us or just have that type of control over us, man. Because that's just unacceptable. All right. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, and verse 3, and it says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroy kings." So pretty much, again, you give all your time and attention to women, ultimately, it's going to destroy you, it's going to make you weak, because a lot of men have pretty much, lost their lives behind women, and then let me see, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go to 1 Esdras chapter 4. In 37, it says, wine is wicked, the king is wicked. This is the point I want to make. Women are wicked. All of the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them, and their unrighteousness also they shall perish. Yeah, So these women nowadays, the ones that aren't in the truth, trying to get themselves, right, they're wicked, Slucky, I think that might be in 1 Esdras too. It is. It's further up though. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it on this. This book of 1 Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 26, and it says, "Yea, there be many that have run out of their wits for women, and have become servants for their sakes." And yes, as you can see, this man right here, pretty much is a servant to this woman, because he's singing to her. He got all his friends, there, help sing to her, hugging them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be like this. We can't be down bad like this, man. Like, come on, Jake. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got for now. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.